Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited Kitchen Rants. It's about midnight on the 10th of April. Wow, I have a day off. The odds. And just finished a story called Brail. This was actually earlier today. I just felt like I just finished it. It's been a long day. It was based on a battery prompt, a day in the life of a blinded ex-villain. And I went to the cookbook and I'm like, okay, a blinded ex-villain, superpowers, let's see what you come up with. Came up with somebody who's ex-military, basically a soldier. And the soldier power in the cookbook is basically you have an affinity with all sorts of weapons. You have maybe a superhuman skill set with a particular service in the military. So whatever you're in, you're great at it. You're elite at it. So in a fantasy world, you're the King's Guard. In a futuristic setting, you're colonial marine special forces. So whatever it is, as a soldier, you're ace. And you have the ability to touch information-carrying objects. So a book of poetry, you can pick it up and recite it from memory. The Bible, verse for verse. Don't have to read it, just touch it. Thumb drive, a server farm, just touch part of it. Boom, you know it all. Retain it with perfect memory, basically become a living archive. Now I know what you fantasy folks are thinking. What would happen if this person ended up in a wizard's library? Or demons? Yes. I could have gone that way, I chose not to. Instead, I think from those powers, I only took the soldier and turned this into a work of fiction. I'll tell you the first part of it. It involves a guy named Brail. That's the name of the story, Brail. He is a supply sergeant. He goes into the army, ends up in Afghanistan, and loves his weed. And he built up a supply network for smuggling them anywhere else in the world other than the U.S. He would not smuggle into the U.S. because that boosted the risk. He would not smuggle finished weed, like grown product, too much risk. And he would not smuggle the more lucrative drugs because of the body count they came with and higher risk. He only smuggled seeds, high-grade Afghani seeds that can go to someplace else. And once you get them, you can grow them your way, breed them, whatever. And in some cases, he even got a cut of the finished product. He had some junior partners, but basically he built it up. He oversaw the books. He cut the checks. He laundered the money himself. This dude was something of a whiz with that sort of thing, and like a natural-born crook. And he just learned it all in the army. Be all that you can be, right? And it could have been a nice retirement thing. I mean, this guy had about $52 million in the bank when his partners decide to screw him over. They want to move the product into the U.S. They want to use, they want to do more lucrative drugs. So they look around, and rather than just shoot him and take it over, because they know they weren't smart enough to do it themselves, they sell him out to a Russian syndicate. It's like, oh yes, we'd be more than happy to take over his network. We're thinking about doing it anyway. So basically they hand them the keys to his outfit, and they make a play. They set him up, and things got ugly, and this guy loses his sight. A blind ex-soldier who has to basically destroy his own smuggling network, more to stay out of prison than spite. Then what happens to him? Say, fast forward, I don't know, about 20 years, 25. I'll stop there. Story is interesting. I put it together through indirect means, right? I was thinking maybe I'd do this as a superhero story. I mean, that's the nice thing about the Antagonist Cookbook. You don't always have to create mutants and monsters and space aliens with it. Sometimes the powers will take you toward a fictional direction. If you feel in that way, go with it. It's kind of cool. And as for other stuff, I'll probably finish the Cookbook 4 final edit. Well, I want to say this week. I know better. My work schedule is kind of brutal. So let's just say toward the end of next week, it should be done, off to the races. Sample copy on the way. I'll give you a tentative yeah on that one. And then I'm going to put my head down and go a little bit more at the Tales Unlimited series. It's coming along rather nicely, past the 50 mark, coming up with interesting stories, changing them up. I think I need to do them a little faster, maybe more than one a week, see where that goes. Mystery projects, I'm kind of keeping that off to the side for a bit, but I got to get back into it. And aside from that, I guess all is normal. I'm just still on antibiotics, still waiting to get 100%, but yeah, life goes on, right? That's the thing about writing, just be consistent, whether you feel it or not. And I feel like a nap, but not happening. Okay, I'm Marcus V. Calver. This is Tales Unlimited. Please like and subscribe. iVillain.net, one word, is where the books are. You'll find them on Amazon, Kindle Unlimited. Short story collections, those are 6 of them, 2 different series. Unheroic, unlikely heroes saving the day, like Talking Dress. Or schemes, diabolical, ruthless, twisted, like what would happen if you took the Daytona 500, added a 0 to it, held it in another galaxy, with rules so dangerous, sometimes nobody wins. And then there's the iVillain series. Think, what would happen if a supervillain had a midlife crisis at gunpoint? One moment he's riding high, the next moment he's in his underwear being told we are taking everything, then he's forced to fight crime, and then he kind of gets into the world-saving business. Interesting series of events with this guy. And then a standalone book about a bachelor party that goes out of hand, way out of hand, to the point where the groom gets dumped on a fantasy world that's facing an apocalypse. Good thing his mom used to sleep with supervillains. And, let's see. Antagonist cookbooks, well, it's how to create characters. Good for writers, comic book creators, evil GMs. And the Batchway series, prompts, 200 per book. A little wisdom about getting into the business as an indie author, just going from scratch. And the logic is, don't write a novel first, because so many of us writers have that 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 crappy novels. Just write a short story, and another, and another, and another. Work on your small game, your practice, your sparring. Build it up. But here's the thing. Never stop. It keeps you sharp when you never stop. Write at least 1 short story a week. Even when you're writing books, even when you're writing your bestsellers, even when you get your publishing deals, your movie deals, you're getting your Nobel Prizes, whatever. Always write short stories, because it's like always practicing. Think of any major, serious pro athlete and wonder if they go a week without practicing in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, right. Especially when the money's flowing. All right, ta-ta.